Hello, you're visiting us at metaltemple.com. My name's Tim, and I'm sat on the Black Dahlia Murders tour bus with drummer Alan Cassidy. Alan, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to England. First of all, how's it going?
It's good. This is day 2 of our tour over here, and it's a little cold right now, but we're inside this fairly heated bus, so can't be worse than being outside, I suppose.
No. Right, well, it's been 4 months since Abysmal came out last September. What's the response been like from the fans so far?
I think that they're really enjoying it. Ever since we released the first single, they've been going crazy about it, and I don't know, just all the live shows that we played. As soon as we come out and play the first song off of the new album, everybody starts freaking out, and so I'd say it's pretty positive.
Alright, good, yeah, because you guys got a bit of a reputation for some wild live shows, so it's good to see you playing small venues like this.
Oh yeah, we love playing these small venues. I mean, it's real intimate, and you just feel the energy being compacted into one small area, and so it's a lot of fun to get to play small shows like this.
Yeah. Well, this is the band's 7th album in total, but it's actually your second since you joined the lineup. So,
yeah.
How did the recording and the writing and producing of this album compare to the previous one, Ever Black?
Well, I got to do a lot more with this album. The last one, I was basically a drum machine, kind of. They wanted me to play what they had done. I mean, I had the option of changing things if I wanted, but the songs were written in such a way that what they already had programmed for the demos and stuff were pretty much that's all you need, You can't really add more to it without it being unnecessary, and the only thing I could do is really throw in some fills here and there. So this album, I get to be around, from the very start of the writing, and I started programming drums on my computer because I had just gotten a new computer a couple years ago, and then got all the software and everything for it. So it really helped a lot to be able to program everything to get my ideas across and never have to touch a drum kit and learn everything in detail and be able to execute it perfectly, so that way people will know what I want to play. And we would just go back and forth on the stuff that we wanted to change or keep the same for certain sections, whether or not the guitar parts had special rhythmic things that they were doing that they wanted the drums to accent, and so it was kind of trying to find a good medium of where I could, or how much I could add to it that was my own style, and then still keep it relatively close to the idea that they wanted for the music to help it be played, I don't know, in a good way, I guess.
Yeah. I've seen in a previous interview with Blabbermouth that Trevor, the singer, has referred to your contribution to the album as an ungodly contribution, and saying that the speed freaks in your fan base would love you. So is that something that you would agree with?
I mean, we definitely stepped it up. There hasn't been any Dahlia album that's had this fast of material on it yet. So I mean, I still think we even have space to ramp up the tempo. It's definitely not the fastest stuff I can do, but I think this is a good trial run. I haven't played a lot of really fast stuff in a live environment in a while, and not only that, but it was just kind of I've been working on my speed for a while now, and I'm starting to get comfortable with higher and higher tempos for longer and longer periods of time. And so yeah, it was kind of a good way to see what my comfort zone is, what I can do without getting tired. And some of these songs were a little difficult to practice at first, but it was a fun challenge to make it come together and be able to play it fluidly. And so now some of that faster, more challenging stuff is my favorite stuff to play.
Yeah, well, the band has previously released the Grind 'Em All EP, where it did some very, very fast covers of old school grind songs. And you could try persuading some of the band to do another one of them and
Yeah,
really
yeah.
put them to the test.
Exactly, yeah. We're gonna go. We're gonna write some 30-second grind songs at 280 beats per minute on the next one. So,
30 seconds, that's an epic in grind music terms.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, I guess we can make it 8. I don't know.
Yeah, well, when I listened to Abysmal, I thought all I could think was this sounds like classic Black Dahlia Murder. It's very melodic death metal. It's really brutal, really atmospheric, but it also feels even angrier than normal. I mean, was there something in the water this time around? Or
I don't ever, when he like hears a song, he was saying that like sometimes he knows right away like what to write about, and other times it may take him a minute to kind of figure out the subject that he wants for the song. But I think that he probably had a lot of inspiration for this album, and so things just came together quickly, and like he was like able to put a lot of passion into it. And so not only that, but then like the guitars and stuff, the songs that we have on this album, like, I mean, we had Ryan write a song that is pretty black metal sounding. The hell is the name of that song? I don't even know our names yet, because we were referring to them as the demo titles for so long, and they're just like goofy, stupid stuff that we have for like placeholder names, and then I never remember or figure out what the new actual titles are. But anyways, yeah, so he wrote like a black metal sounding song, and we've kind of got like a range of tempos and intensity on this, but I think it was the fact that like I could play faster stuff, and they hadn't done that before, so they wanted to incorporate that, and I think that allowed them to make things a little bit more intense and aggressive. And so I don't know, I think it was just kind of like people drawing from things that they wanted to do musically and like hadn't done yet, and just kind of trying to make something for the band that way. And so that's why you get a wide range of sounds and tempos and all that other stuff.
Yeah, because now you had your former bass player Ryan Williams working as a producer, or one of two producers working on them.
Yeah.
Do you think that his prior experience with the band itself, playing on stage, helped with that production?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think like he's probably one of the most important people to have involved, because like he's been in the band and he's been with the band for so long that he knows exactly what we want out of these recordings. And so perfect guy to have, like keeping an anchor on things and being able to tell you like to try and do things differently, or like basically try and push you, and so I'd say that like he helped really hold the sound together and like make it something that we want, and he knew exactly what that was. So
yeah, cool. And so I know bands always had some very gruesome and very detailed artwork, but could you explain exactly what the hell that horrible looking thing on the cover is this time, that's doing all those nasty things to naked people?
I think it's the Satan of insects around the universe, because I don't even know exactly what it is, but that's what I'm just putting together in my mind. It looks like, like the locust Satan, and for every person who's ever killed a locust, I think he's like, decimating them and being like, oh, you can step on me, well now I'm gonna like throw you on spikes and eat you and like pull you apart and all this other crap. But that came from Daymorph, this dude over in Russia, and like he makes some of the most grotesque album covers, and like he's got he made one of my favorite looking album covers that I've seen for death metal, and it's like, it looks like some kind of sci-fi kind of The Thing takeoff, like where it's just some guy on a operating table, and and all these dudes in hazmat suits, and here comes this like bug like creature, but it looks like it has a human face with like crazy teeth and eyes, and it's just like ripping these scientists with hazmat suits apart, and it's like one of the coolest things ever. But I think we had to kind of be like, all right, man. Oh, he also has like some sort of fascination with babies and stuff, and usually there's like babies ripping out of the womb, and they're like half robotic spider babies and crazy shit like that. And so I think we had to be like, all right, man, so we love your art. We want you to do what you do, but, like, just, if you could just scale down maybe the nudity or, like, just the really horrible shit, like, because we got to be able to put this in, like, Best Buy or something. So, like, you just do what you do, but, like, try to, just scale it back, like, maybe a hair or so.
So, you don't think metal has a problem with understatement, then?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right. So what's next to the Black Dahlia Murder? It's only January, so what can we expect for you in the coming year?
Oh man, I think we have a hell of a lot going on. I don't know what we're going to be doing exactly, but we have a spring tour coming up. I really don't know who that's with or when it is, but I just know that it's in the works right now. And then for the summer, we've already been announced for Brutal Assault and Summer Breeze. So that's all I know that's going on for this year. And so I don't know. I mean, like, this stuff kind of gets announced like only a few months prior to when we're gonna do it. So it's like we're still finding out, along the way. So it's pretty up in the air right now.
Yeah. So no time to get Grind 'Em All 2 in there.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think it's just going to come from another, 7 albums of unused material.
Right. And finally, just to round us off, we approached the Metal and Rock Society of the local university to see if any of their followers wanted to ask you guys any questions. Now, normally when we approach these people, the only thing that they can say to us is ask them why they're so gay, ask them why their hair is so rubbish, and crap like that. So won't bother with those. However, they did put forward one question which I thought was quite interesting, which was, as you may know, one of the suspects in the murder of Elizabeth Short, who was the eponymous Black Dahlia that the band is named after, was the film director Orson Welles. Now, his last movie was the animated Transformers film. Have you ever considered doing a tribute to him by covering that song, The Touch, that appears on the soundtrack?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a whole load of stuff that I didn't know about, and I don't even know if I've seen the old school animated Transformers, so I don't know, but I mean, like, we're such pop culture geeks that, like, I'm sure that, it wouldn't take much convincing to do a cover of something stupid and, like, from our childhood years, or more so theirs, but yeah, I mean, like, I could see that definitely happening someday down the line, and then maybe on Grind 'Em All too, you'll hear it.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's better than the Michael Bay ones, and a planet gets eaten right at the beginning.
Hey man, Citizen Kane's in it too, so yeah. I'm definitely down to check it out.
Yeah, so is Dr. Spock.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, thanks very much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. Look forward to seeing the gig. We're going to go and enjoy it now. So if you're listening to this on metaltemple.com, we survived the pit. Either that or this recorder was found in the smoking remains of one of our corpses. Thank you very much, and welcome to Metal Temple.